In the last classes, we have done with the demo part, like we have seen the full stack Java with A about the codes, and we are going to discuss about 8 modules in this course, like core Java, web technologies, database concepts, advanced Java frameworks, Linux and AWS Cloud, real-time tools and DevOps tools, and finally a project. And in last class, we have seen about programming concepts, where we discussed about the meaning of program, comments, keyword, variable, data type, and the need of declaring a variable, the concept of method or function, and return type concept. Return type concept is important to us. That is void keyword. Void means no return type. Today, let us move to the next concept today, where we are going to start off with Java. Today, the objective is we'll go with the Java introduction, and we are even going to discuss Java features. Java introduction. Before I go with this Java introduction, a small question. When we are developing software applications, we are having two approaches to develop the software applications. One is structured approach, and one more is object-oriented approach. That is object-oriented programming. When you take structured programming, structured approach, which programming languages follow structured programming? Like C, Pascal, COBOL, all older languages follow structured approach. Then examples of object-oriented programming are Java, C++, .NET, PHP, Python. All these are object-oriented programming. Java comes under object-oriented programming. So what is the point here? Java is an object-oriented programming language developed by James Gosling. At Sun Microsystems. Now, this Sun Microsystems is acquired by Oracle Corporation, and it was done in 2010. So now onwards we should say Sun Microsystems is part of what? Oracle. Now Java is a product of which company now? It is from Oracle. So when you want to download Java software on our system, we should go to this Oracle website. That we'll be seeing in the next class. Now, since Java is object-oriented programming language, before we enter into Java, we should have a basic idea on object-oriented concepts. Right. This one, it was acquired. This language got in 2000 only. Before something around 1995 only, we got Java. But this Sun Microsystems is acquired by Oracle in 2010. Java was there before only. Something approximately 1995, Java has been created by James Gosling in Sun Microsystems. But this company is now acquired by Oracle. Clear this point? Right. Now, since Java is object-oriented, if I want to learn Java, we should have a basic idea on object-oriented concepts. Object-oriented concepts are features. We are having totally 6 important features of object-oriented. They are object, class, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. So these are the 6 important features of object-oriented. In order to enter into Java, we should have a basic idea about what is object, what is class. So the today objective is we'll try to understand what is object, what is class. And all these features we are going to see once again when we go with the Java object-oriented programming topic. And that will take 4 to 5 classes for us only on these concepts. Now, let us initially start with object. The meaning of object is like any real-time entity is considered as object. Like example, if you go with a laptop, before we purchase laptop, what features do we check? Like RAM capacity, hard disk capacity, the screen size, color, make, model. These are all things we are going to check, right? These are all things we are going to see. Yeah, just a second. Hello, Jagadish.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, hi, Jagadish. Yeah, just we started with the Java introduction. So Java is what? It's an object-oriented programming language, and it was developed by James Gosling at Sun Microsystems. And this Sun Microsystems is acquired by Oracle Corporation now. So Java is a product of which company? Oracle Corporation. Since Java is object-oriented programming, we should have a basic idea on object-oriented concepts like object, class, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. To enter into Java, we should have a basic idea about these two concepts. What is object, what is class? So today objective is, we'll try to understand these two terms. And all these things we are going to see once again in a proper full length way when we come to object-oriented programming in Java. That will go for 4 to 5 classes only on this. Let us start off with the object. The meaning of object is any real-time entity. Any real-time entity is considered as object. Like example, if you consider a laptop, before we purchase a laptop, what features do we check? Like the make, the model, the price, color, screen size, capacities like hard disk capacity, RAM capacity, all these things we are going to check. These only we call properties or features. If you are having at least one property, we call it as object. How to define an object is, an object is a real-time entity which has identity, state, and behavior. An object is what? It's a real-time entity which has what? Identity, state, and behavior. Let me elaborate these three terms. What is identity, state, and behavior using a diagram. Let me consider an object like a car. Let me go with a car here. When you take this car, how to identify a car uniquely? By using the registration number. How to identify a car uniquely? Using registration number, some number. For a car, we go with the state. The meaning of state is the properties what we see in the car, the features of car. State, like the make, model, color, price, capacity, like it can be seating capacity, fuel type, like this. So what are the features we see in car? That only we call it as state. State, we can even call it as data members. The terminologies are important today. This state, we can even call it as data members or variables or properties or fields or attributes. Attributes. Different people use different terminologies. I'm providing all the terminologies over here. Then, for a car, that is for an object, it goes with the behavior. The meaning of behavior is the actions what we perform. The actions what we perform, that we call it as behavior. So what we can do with car? We can drive, Functionalities. We can apply break. We can change gear. We can reverse. We can stop like this. The functionalities. The functionalities only we call behavior. The actions what we perform. This behavior, we can even call it as methods or functions or operations. This behavior, we can even call it as what? Methods or functions or operations. So what is an object? It's a real-time entity with identity, state, and behavior. Clear with this? Any questions up to here? No. Moving to the next one, class. How to define a class is like a class is a collection of data members and methods, meaning the state of your object will act as data members, the behavior will act as methods. Like example, how to create a class in Java is using a keyword class. Using a keyword class and the name of the class. I'm going with an example person. The open and close curly braces, meaning the class begins at this open curly brace and ends at closing curly brace. Now, here we go with the data members. Like for a person, what we go? We go with the age of the person. We go with the name of the person. We go with the height of the person. We go with what? Age, name, and height. Age is what? In numeric value without any decimal point, integer. Name, collection of characters, we call it as string. Height, we go with the value with the decimal point, float type. Then we go with the methods. Like what a person can do, a person can eat with some code inside. We are not worried about coding inside methods today. Then void walk like this. Yesterday we discussed now about methods. How method looks, the name, parenthesis, open and close curly brace, and we have to go with return type. For not returning anything, we use void. So this is how the class looks. It's a collection of data members and methods. Once you create the class, outside of class, what do you mean by outside? After curly braces. Outside of class, if I'm trying to give value to age, this will go with error. I cannot access these members outside of class directly. Then how to access these members outside of class? So the point is the members of class. This is the main point what I require to enter into Java. The members of the class. The meaning of members is it can be your data members or it can be your methods. The members of the class are accessed using objects with the dot operator. We can access members of class using objects with dot operator. So then how to create objects here? Programmatically, how to create objects. The syntax of creating objects. Syntax means the rules of language. The syntax of creating object in Java is we have to go with the class name, object name equal to new class name. New is what? It's a keyword. Like this. We have to say class name parenthesis semicolon. Like example, what is the name of the class? Person. P equal to new person. In this, P is an object of class person. Now, using this P object with the dot operator, now we can give value to age. Using P with the dot operator, we can give value to name. Using P object, we can give value to height. Using P object, we can call the methods walk or eat. Like this. So after creating object, using object only, we can access the members using dot operator. So this is the point what I require to enter into Java. Today, the objective is not how to create class, how to go with the data members methods. The objective is when a class is given to us, if I want to access the members of class, what I should create? Object. Using object, we can access the members using dot operator. So this is the main point what we need to understand to enter into Java. Clear this point, all of you? Any questions? No. So even though we discuss it, what is object, what is class? Still we may be having confusions. How to identify class and object, how to differentiate. For that, let me take one small scenario, that is identifying objects and classes. So when the requirement is given to us by the client, who is client? It can be a company or a person who is giving requirement to develop a software product. We call them as clients. So when the client comes to us and gives the requirement to develop a software product, and we want to develop that product using object oriented, then from the given requirement, we should identify the objects and classes initially. So let us take the scenario like example, Mr. XXX teaches Java at Raj Technologies. The PPP attends Java sessions. Mrs. XXX teaches testing at the same company. QQQ attends testing sessions. This is a small scenario given to us. From this, we should identify objects. How to identify objects is the nouns. The nouns in the scenario are your objects. What are the nouns here starting from beginning? Can you mention some of the objects here? Like Mr. XXX, right? Mr. XXX. Then after that, Java. Then Raj Technologies. Then PPP, Mrs. XXX, testing, and QQQ, right? These are the nouns here. So these are your objects. So the real existing things are objects. Once we identify the objects, the next step is we need to categorize these objects. Categorize means if we take Mr. XXX and Mrs. XXX. So what is the role these two people are playing here? They are teaching. So the people who teach, we call them as teacher or professor or faculty, like that. So I'm going with the name faculty. Java and testing. Java and testing, we call this one as subject or course or technology. I'm going with the name course. Raj Technologies, it is the company or institute. The PPP and QQQ. PPP and QQQ are what? Student or candidate, like this. So these four names what we got, these only we call classes. So objects are what? Real existing things. The real existing things are objects. The generic names what we use, that only we call classes. So we can even define a class like a class is a collection of related objects. What makes a class? It's a collection of related objects. So if you take our scenario, myself, Raj. Raj is an object of class faculty. You people, Jagadish, and you people are what? Are objects of class student. Right? Clear? Up to here, any questions? Jagadish and Serkan?
No, sir.
No Moving to the next concept here, that is Java features. So we are having some of the important features of Java, like Java is simple. Why we call Java is simple? Because we are having a concept of arrays. We are having what in programming languages? We are having a concept of arrays. The meaning of arrays is collection of elements. When you want to collect some elements, we use arrays concept. We'll discuss more on this again. Now, once we collect the elements into array, we want to sort the elements. Sorting means arranging elements either in ascending order or descending order. If I want to do this task using C or C++, we need to write something around 10 to 15 lines of code. We need to write for 10 to 15 lines of code. But in the case of Java, we use a predefined class arrays. We use a predefined class arrays with a method sort, and we pass the array name. We pass the array name. If n is 7, array name. That's it. This single line of code is going to do the task for us. That's the reason we call Java is what? Simple. Why we say Java is simple? Java is simple as it contains lots of APIs. Means application programming interfaces. Even we call them as libraries. The meaning of library is existing code, already defined code only we call libraries. As the days goes on, I'll show you how to browse this API, how to complete the task using API, and even I'm going to give assignments where you need to open API to complete the task. The next feature is Java is object oriented. Java is what? Object oriented. Already we know this. Java is object oriented as it supports all the over features like objects, classes, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. So very, very important concept of Java. So this will take only to discuss on this feature, it will take 4 to 5 classes for us. Depends on how you take. The next important feature of Java is robust. What is robust? Robust means strong. Robust means what? Strong. Let me take an example to elaborate more on robust. Let us suppose you are typing a document in Microsoft Word. After typing the document, we want to print the document. When we issue the print command, the printer is not connected to your system. Then what is going to happen? What Microsoft Word is going to do? Will it display a message that printer not connected, or will it close application automatically? So what we get? Message, right? We get a message that is printer not connected to our system. It won't close automatically. So this type of applications only we call robust. Meaning when a application is running, if any abnormal situation occurs, like example printer not connected, the application should give proper message to the user what went wrong. Should not close applications automatically. Such type of applications only we call robust applications. So in Java also, we can develop robust applications. In Java, we can develop robust applications using exception handling. Which avoids the abnormal termination of application. So this exception handling is going to provide a proper message to the user and which is going to avoid abnormal termination of application. So very, very important topic. This will go for 2 days for us to discuss on this, 2 classes. The next feature is Java is portable. Java is what? Portable. Now, if you consider CR/C++, if you take CR/C++, if you are not having any idea on CR/C++, no worries at all, no worries. So when you take CR/C++, the size of integer data type. So when you take a variable of type integer, how much memory it is going to occupy in our RAM? That is the meaning of size. So when you take an integer variable, what is size of integer data type in CR/C++ is it's going to occupy 2 bytes. It's going to occupy 2 bytes on 32-bit operating system, or 4 bytes on 64-bit operating system. So if it is 32-bit operating system, it's going to occupy 2 bytes. 64-bit means 4 bytes. Now, if I take a C language program and if I write that program on 32-bit, and in future if I want to go to 64-bit, then there will be some memory issues because size is differing. That's the reason C and C++ are not highly portable. Shifting of application from one platform to other platform is not easy. We have to go back to the program and modify the code based on your platform. Coming to Java, in case of Java, size of integer data type is same, 4 bytes on 32-bit or 64-bit. 32-bit or 64-bit. So whatever the platform it may be, the size remains same. That's the reason Java is portable. So why we say Java is portable? Java is portable since the size of the respective data types is same on all platforms. The same on all platforms. Next, clear up here? Anyone having any questions? Right. Once we start with the basics, we'll see what data types are present in Java and what are their sizes. Next feature is Java is secure. Java is secure. Again, here also we require one concept. When you take CR/C++, we are having a concept like pointer. A pointer is a variable which contains the address of another variable. Pointer is what? It's a variable which contains address of another variable. Like example, if you declare a variable int n equal to 10, what is going to happen? It's going to allocate memory for n variable. Just a second. So what's going to happen when you declare the variable int n equal 10? It's going to allocate memory space for n variable, whose value is 10. Let us assume, I'm just assuming, let us assume the address of this variable is some 100. I'm assuming the address of this variable is what? 100. Now I want to take this address and store it into some other variable. I want to take this address, store it into some variable. How to do that one in C language is we have to use and n symbol. And n. So when you say and n, it is going to give address of n variable. This address I want to store it into some other variable. then we should declare like a pointer like this. We use the symbol star p. So this we call pointer. A pointer is a variable which contains address of some other variable. So what is going to happen? So it's going to have a pointer here p, which is pointing to this memory location. Now the advantage is by using this pointer, I can go to this memory and we can even change the value also. I can even change the value. That means by using pointer, I can go to any memory location and change it. By using pointer, I can go to any memory location and corrupt it also. I can even violate that memory, corrupt it also. That's the problem with pointers. So what is the main drawback of pointers? I can go to any memory and corrupt also. Coming to C and C++, that's the reason. C and C++ are used to develop virus or antivirus applications, memory management. Virus or antivirus by using pointers. But Java is for business applications. Java is for what? Business applications. No, not possible. Not possible. We cannot access memory with Java. Not possible. That's the point I'm discussing here. Okay. So C and C++ is mainly for what? Virus or antivirus applications. But Java is for business applications. They are not for system programming. That's the reason this pointer concept is removed in Java. So I cannot go to any memory, access that memory in Java at all because no pointers in Java. So since there are no pointers in Java, Java applications are more secure. So what is the point here? Java is secure as Java does not support pointers. No pointers in Java, does not support pointers as pointers violate security. Clear this point? Is this point clear? Yes, good. So no pointers in Java. Any questions up to here, Jagadish?
No, sir. I'm good.
Right. So anywhere you can interrupt and ask, okay? No issues at all.
Sure, sir.
No. Now, the next one more good feature of Java. Java is multi-threaded. So what is multitasking? Opening multiple applications. Like in my case, I've opened browser, Paint, Notepad, GoToMeeting like that. Some more example like you are typing a document in Word and listening to the sound simultaneously. So two applications are running simultaneously. That is multitasking. Then what is a thread? Have you seen threads anytime? So we have seen threads, okay? We use in our regular activities, okay, related to software. So the good example is Gmail. The good example is what? Gmail. So Gmail is a task. Gmail is what? It's a task. In this Gmail, how many compose windows can we open? Multiple. Every compose window what we open over here is, this is our thread. This is what? Thread. So threads are part of one task. These are our threads. Threads are part of one task. When you go with attachments, so we can attach what? One or multiple? We can attach multiple files, right? We can attach multiple. So when attachments are going on, I can even type the subject and body of message. So that means I need not wait, one thing should get completed. So if you are having a application like when first attachment is going on, until first attachment is completed, I cannot attach second. When second is complete, then only I can attach that. No, it's a waste of time. You are waiting for it to complete. But in Gmail, it is very fast. When first attachment is going on, before that only I can attach second, third like that, multiple. When attachments are going on, I can even type subject and body of the messages also. I can even attach in other compose message also. So this is only multi-threaded application. So how to define? So what is this? A thread A thread is a lightweight process under execution within a process. So if you take Gmail as process, the lightweight process are compose messages attachments. And the advantage is multi-threading is used to increase the performance of application. Mainly to increase performance. One more good example, this GoToMeeting only. In this GoToMeeting, I can show the screen, it's a thread. I can record the class, it's a thread. I can speak with you, it's a thread. I can chat, it's a thread. So doing multiple activities simultaneously, that is thread here, right? So we'll discuss this topic also, very, very important. This also goes 2 classes by us. The next feature is Java is dynamic. Java is what? Dynamic. Means in Java, memory allocation for arrays, objects are created during runtime. During runtime. Runtime means dynamic. So memory allocation will happen during runtime in Java, which is dynamic. So more on this we'll discuss when we come to this object-oriented programming and arrays. Next feature is Java is automatic garbage collection. Java is what? Automatic garbage collection. Meaning in Java, our work is only to allocate memory. Disallocation of memory is taken care by Java only. So when you take C or C++, in C or C++, as a programmer, we should take care of allocating memory, and as a programmer, we should only take care of destructing the memory. But in Java, our work is only to allocate memory. Destruction of memory is taken care by Java. That feature only we call automatic garbage collection. So this also I'll discuss more once we go with LAN package. When we go with string class, now there I'll discuss more on automatic garbage collection. One more feature of Java is distributed. Java is what? Distributed. So the meaning of distributed is distributed applications are used for the purpose of exchanging data from one application to another application. Interacting between one application to another application. That is the meaning of distributed. Simple example. If you take Amazon, after adding the products into the cart, we go with the payment process. We are having different ways of payment like credit card, debit card, net banking, UPI payments like that. So if I choose net banking and under that if I go with Access Bank, so from your Amazon, it's going to redirect to Access Bank website. So the applications are communicated. So this only we call distributed. So nowadays, most of the applications are distributed. Then, how to develop this distributed older way? RMI. Remote method invocation. Remote method invocation. After that, we got AJB. AJB means Enterprise Java Beans. After that, we got web services. Using web services also, we can develop distributed applications. Now, we are having Spring Boot REST APIs. So this one, we are using Spring Boot REST APIs. So these are all old and nobody is using this concept. So nowadays, people are using Spring Boot REST APIs for developing distributed applications. Okay, so this concept is very important. Okay, so we start when we come to frameworks. So we are having like Java is simple, Java is object oriented, Java is robust, portable, secure, multi-threaded, dynamic, automatic garbage collection, and distributed. We are having one more very, very important feature of Java. That is, Java is platform independent. Java is what? Platform independent. Platform means operating system. So Java is operating system independent. Meaning, if you write a Java program on one platform, I can run it on any other platform. Like example, if you write a Java program on Windows, I can run it on Linux or Mac. That is the meaning of platform independent. Meaning, a Java program can run on any platform. Means any operating system. We can even say a Java program is write once, run anywhere. Write the program on one machine and run it on any other machine, which we call Aura. Right? So more on this feature I'll discuss in the next class. This is very, very important feature. Takes more time for us to discuss on this. So which I'm going to discuss in the next class. So next class, even we are going to see how to download Java and how to install it on our operating system and how to develop the Java application. Complete practical part I'm going to start from next class. And the next class will be on Monday. Next class will be on Monday. That is 27th of February at same 11 a.m. IST. Okay. Use the same GoToMeeting link to join. Right? Got it? Any questions? So thank you very much, and see you on Monday with the feature of platform independent, and we'll see how to download and develop applications. So thank you, Jagadish.